The sixth principle: cause and effect. Imagine an immense cosmic loom, where every thread is woven with absolute precision into the great tapestry of existence. Every event, every thought, every breath is part of this design. There are no loose threads, no accidents. Everything you have ever lived, the unexpected encounters, the painful challenges, the moments of ecstasy, all of it has an origin, a cause. And every cause has its effect. This is the sixth Hermetic principle, the law of cause and effect, and it states, every cause has its effect. Every effect has its cause. Everything happens according to law. Chance is merely a name given to a law not yet recognized. When you grasp the depth of this, you realize nothing in life is arbitrary. What you call luck or misfortune is in truth the effect of invisible causes you yourself planted. Sometimes in this life, sometimes in dimensions of your existence, you don't yet remember. And more than understanding this law, you can learn to master it and become the architect of your own destiny. Behind the apparent chaos of the universe lies a flawless order. Every event you experience, from your greatest triumphs to your deepest wounds, is the result of a chain of causes. Nothing simply happens. But here is the secret the initiates understood. There are different levels of causality. Most people operate only on the physical plane, reacting to external causes like leaves blown by the wind, feeling themselves prisoners of forces beyond their control. The Hermeticist knows the most powerful causes are not born on the physical plane at all. They are born on the mental plane. The mind is the field of creation, where the first seed of every cause is planted. Your thoughts, intentions, and emotions are causal forces, shaping not only your actions but the very experiences you attract. Consider a word spoken in anger. It looks like a momentary reaction, but it is the effect of a prior cause, a thought or feeling already vibrating within you. And that word generates its own new effects, a conflict, a rupture, or an opening for learning. The chain of causality runs endlessly in every direction. Chance, then, is simply the name we give to our ignorance of the law. And when you understand that, a door opens. You no longer have to be a spectator, struck by effects whose causes you cannot see. You can become a conscious creator, planting the seeds of the future you intend to harvest. This is the promise of the sixth law, the freedom to step out of the role of victim and into the role of master. Roll a die. When it lands, the number seems like pure chance. But it isn't. The outcome depends on how you held it, how much force you used, how it spun, the surface it struck. Not luck, a set of causes producing a result. We only reach for the word chance when we cannot see all the reasons behind something. Flip a coin, and it seems random. Yet if you could observe the exact force and angle in air, you could predict the result. A sudden storm seems fortuitous, but it follows precise laws: pressure, temperature, humidity aligning to produce it. With full knowledge of the conditions, it could be predicted. What looked like chance was a natural event guided by exact causes. And the same is true of human life. Success and failure are not luck. Every event is the effect of a cause, an action, a thought, a choice made long ago. To understand this law only through the physical plane is to stare at the tip of an iceberg and mistake it for the whole. Causality operates across multiple planes at once: mental, astral, physical. Since Newton, science has held causality as a cornerstone. For every action, an equal and opposite reaction. No force, no movement, No event occurs without a prior cause. When an apple falls, it's the effect of gravity. When a stone strikes water, the ripples are the direct effect of the impact. But modern physics went further. In quantum mechanics, causality behaves in ways that seem to defy our sense of it. Entanglement suggests that particles separated by vast distances can influence one another instantly, challenging our linear picture of cause and effect. It raises the question, is there a deeper dimension where invisible causes operate beyond time and space? The Hermeticist answers yes, and always has. Causality transcends the physical, working on subtler levels of existence. A persistent thought of fear can create tension in the body and lead to illness. Thoughts of love and gratitude can foster health and well-being. The cause on the physical plane originated on the mental one. This is the deeper meaning of a word most people misunderstand: karma. It comes from Sanskrit, meaning action. But in the spiritual sense, it refers to the total consequences generated by our actions, thoughts, and intentions. Every cause you create, consciously or not, leaves a mark on the fabric of the universe, and those marks eventually return to you as effects. And here is the subtlety. It is not only what you do, but how you do it. The same action creates different karma depending on the intention behind it. Helping someone to inflate your ego generates one kind of energy. Helping from genuine compassion generates another. As Krishna taught in the Bhagavad Gita, action is inevitable, but the wise act without attachment to the fruits of their actions. Karma is this law seen through the lens of the soul's journey across many lifetimes. While cause and effect on the physical plane can be immediate, touch fire, get burned, spiritual karma unfolds over far longer cycles. Its causes can span lifetimes, creating repeating patterns that offer chances to learn and evolve. Someone who abuses power in one life may return in circumstances of powerlessness, so they can finally learn empathy and balance. And this is the great misunderstanding about karma. It is not a system of punishment and reward. It is a teaching mechanism designed to guide the soul toward harmony. Karma does not return to you what you deserve. It returns what you need in order to grow. It offers you the chance to see your errors, correct your course, and align with the higher laws. It exists not to imprison you, but to liberate you. As Eliphas Levi said, "He who knows the law does not complain of it. He uses it for his purpose." We live in a world where most people feel at the mercy of circumstance, victims of fate, of luck, of misfortune. This creates an invisible prison, where responsibility for one's destiny is handed to something outside the self. But the sixth law offers extraordinary liberation. It reveals that you are the creator, conscious or not, of everything you experience. The first step to mastery is to take full responsibility for your life, not to blame yourself for the past, but to understand that in some way, through thought, action, or omission, you were the cause of what you have lived. When you stop blaming the world and start looking within, you walk out of the role of victim. Imagine your mind as a fertile field, and every thought as a seed. Thoughts of fear, doubt, and resentment yield bitter fruit. Thoughts of courage, love, and gratitude yield a harvest of harmony and prosperity. The mind is the first mover. What you create there inevitably manifests on the material plane. Master the mind, and you master the cause. Master the cause, and you master the effect. Even the wisest master cannot escape the causes they themselves planted in the past. But rather than resisting unwanted effects, the master embraces them as lessons. As the Buddha said, what you are today is the result of your thoughts of yesterday. What you will be tomorrow is the result of your thoughts today. What separates the master from the victim is not the absence of challenges. It is how they meet them. The master sees the effects in their life not as punishments or rewards, but as perfect reflections of their own actions and intentions. Life is not happening to them. It is happening through them. To master this law is to become free, not a freedom that escapes the law, which is impossible, but a freedom that arises from alignment with it. You become the conscious creator of your reality, the alchemist who turns every moment into an opportunity for evolution. So the question that decides everything is this: what seeds are you planting today? Are you creating the reality you desire, or perpetuating the patterns that imprison you? The answer is in your hands. Be the master.